Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another module. Today, we're going to be talking about post-call follow-up emails. Okay. So specifically when you jump off of that very first call, even that second call, maybe, depending on what your sales process looks like, what your emails should entail. If let's just say that prospect, maybe, you got off the call with them and they haven't gone ahead and booked in that follow-up call, or you haven't heard from them, something like that, right? You're in a situation where you are forced to follow up that person to get an update or to understand the status of where they're at in moving forward. Okay, so that is what today's module is all about. All right, so we're going to be talking about the mindset you need to adopt with following up, the follow-up email framework that we're going to discuss, and the number of emails and timeline, what that should actually look like for you. And we actually do have a plug and play for you guys as well too, and an SOP for you guys to actually follow along with and utilize for your own post-call follow-up emails, all right? So it's important to remember that follow-ups are nothing but small nudges and reminders to that person that you're trying to contact, all right? The nudges push you to the top of their inbox and remind them to be at the very least, responsive and give you the time of day. Okay. You have to understand that business owners were very, very busy. Even myself, I check my emails only. I try to check them twice a day, but usually once in the morning and then once at the end of my workday. And that's it. Okay. So I'm bombarded with emails constantly. Responding back to emails is a nightmare, and I wish I didn't have to. But you have to understand that's how most business owners think. And most business owners don't even have the freedom that I have. So imagine how many emails those people are getting, right? And plus, just imagine how much automated, emails are getting, all this stuff. Okay. So it's really important that you approach things from the mindset of your intentions are good. And as long as your intentions are good, then you're fine. Okay. It's just a small nudge to bump you up to the top of their inbox. All right. So the follow-up emails, things to consider. You need to keep it short and sweet. Make it clear what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, and then always have a no pressure call to action. Okay. Be very laid back and effortless with your call to action. And that is literally it. Okay. So remember, you're following up to get a response. That's all you're trying to do. You will do this until you get a response to a certain degree. All right. So how many emails are necessary? Now, contrary to popular belief, I don't care what anyone says. The high performers always follow up. If you listen to anyone like Jordan Belfort, Grant Cardone, anyone, Dale Carnegie, they'll always talk about following up. Okay. Follow up is absolutely key. And if you're reading the books, you're listening to podcasts, and you're trying to further yourself on sales, following up is key. Like I have mentioned in other modules, some of our biggest clients to date were ones that we just followed up with. We just signed a client who is one of our biggest clients. We've been following up with them for almost a year and a half, which is insane. Not, following up every week, but every month, just sending them a quick check-in message, right? So follow-up is king. All right. So the best and most profitable clients my agencies I've worked with have been ones that we've, basically had to follow up with. Okay. High value clients know this one thing. They want a beast who is hungry to win. They want a winner. Okay. They want a true killer in business that they want to be partnering with. Okay. And these brands, what they'll do, and I'm not just saying this myself, as some theory, I've actually spoken to a couple of these people who became clients of ours. And the fact of the matter is a lot of these smart business owners, the ones that are intelligent, they're going to actually purposely ghost you a little bit. You might have gotten a response for them, in the start. You might have gotten them on a call, but they're going to ghost you a little bit, and they're going to kind of keep you on edge a little bit, just making sure that they're just not too in touch with you, not communicating too much. And the reason for that is they want to see how willing you are to actually get in touch with them. How bad do you actually want to earn their business, right? So you have to consistently follow up with these clients, all right? It doesn't matter who they are. You need to be willing to follow up, all right? So the email sending timeline that you need to consider, okay? So aim to send around 10 emails total and have about 2 to 5 days in between each email, okay? After 10 emails have been sent, you can begin sending one email every single week or, one per month, right? Again, you should get a response by this time. If not, after about 10 emails of sending them in between, 2 to 5 days, just start sending about one a week or one a month. All right. You don't need to make it a big deal of it. Most of you already have automated email softwares anyway. So as long as you just have the emails prepared, you can just run through those exact same emails. Okay. So it's not a big deal. All right. But it should never get to this point. So if a prospect or lead hasn't responded yet, it's because of one of these reasons. All right. Either you haven't communicated your offering guarantee clearly in your call to point where they understand, to the point where they understand you or what your offer is, okay? They might not actually be desiring your offer because of the way that you communicate, all right? Secondly, you fail to justify your results. Thirdly, you fail to provide further detail about what the next call would be about, okay? So those are three things that may be going on. So if people are ghosting you, you have to consider that, okay, listen, maybe this person's just, they're ghosting me. They haven't responded to like 10 emails to 15 follow-up emails, whatever that looks like for you, and they're not getting back. Maybe they've completely gone rogue, but this is also a good indicator for you to, take a look at your discovery call. If you record your Zoom meetings or your Google meetings, it's a really good opportunity for you to like walk through that exact call and see like, did you slip up? What went wrong? What went really good? And kind of audit yourself, right? You can even, if because you're part of this amazing community, you can actually share this information with, whether you have like a little pod that you like discussing these things with, or just the entire community as well too. Okay. So it's really important that like these moments in your business career, you use to self-reflect to make you better. Okay. So like I had mentioned, there's these three things that could be happening besides the fact that they may be just ghosting you to see if you earn their business. But no business owner will put you in ghost mode for, 10 emails. Like for them, it's just going to be more worth it to like respond by like the third or fourth email. Okay. So the plug and play, right? So no, this follow-up sequence is only once you've met with a prospect. These are emails that you can send to them if they still haven't moved forward in the next stage of your sales process. Okay. So all you need to do is basically come down here, click open the plug and play. It'll bring you over to this page. We can open up real quickly and discuss it. When it opens up, all right, one sec. There we go. All right, there we go. Sorry about the wait. All right, so we have the follow-up email plug and play. Okay, so we basically given you guys a few different follow-up emails to basically utilize and follow up with your prospects on. Okay, very, very simple. You'll see how short these are. It's really, really short. The main thing is you're just bumping this up to basically the top of their inbox, and we mentioned that. I know your inbox must be flooded with new emails every day, so I'm just bumping this to the top of your inbox. Don't forget to pencil in a time to chat with our team regarding your customer roadmap, blah blah blah. Okay, so very simple. You can basically utilize these for your own follow-up emails. And to take this one step further, what you can also do is you can basically also utilize those emails, copy and paste them into ChatGPT, or if you use like Jasper AI, and you can have them rewrite these emails for you to sound more like you or something a little bit different. So then that way you're staying unique and you have more variations that you can actually send off in your, if you do have an automated sequence. Okay. So, work smart, not hard, but work hard as well too. Okay. So action steps for today: reframe your mindset around following up. This is a big one because way too many people are way too afraid of following up. They think that they're bombarding these business owners, that they're pestering them, all these things. Guys, the worst case scenario is you don't get the client, not because you were following up, but because that person already made the decision, that business owner already made the decision consciously in their head that you're not the guy that they're going to be working with, or you're not the girl to be working with. Okay. So don't worry about it. Just follow up until you get a response. All right. And basically just apply our email sequence into your sales process. So like I mentioned, don't be afraid of following up and utilize the plug and play to the best of your abilities. You can even leverage AI, ChatGPT, to basically rewrite you some new emails based off of what we provide you as well too. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed this short module, and we'll see you guys in the next one.